Shamps and giggles, history, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective.
So we're going to have so much more to talk about with Gwen McCrae. Phenomenal life story. I lived a beautiful life up to the age of 81. So we'll talk more on that in a minute. To what we were just saying before, Nigel was putting The Constant Gardener is a film based on Big Pharma using the Kenyans as guinea pigs. Funny thing is, Nigel, nobody wants to hear that really, but it's the truth, isn't it? Because Pharma, they test their drugs somewhere, right? Before it comes, they're testing it somewhere. And how unfortunate. They go over there, and it's based on a true story of what they actually did in northern Nigeria. And they've used Africans as, but it's not nothing we're not familiar with, in all honesty. Black people, we know that we be tested in ways that, is just uncouth. But somebody else, this is one of the things we've got to work on, building foundation where we're not. It's like Trump saying America first, where he's putting all his eggs in the American. Well, it really is in his pocket. What he means is Trump first. What he means when he says that. But black people should be making their own medicines and so on and so forth. Because when you let some other people come along make medicines for you, you don't know what's going on. Alicia, your hand is up. I mean, it's and to have a film that actually shows you what they're doing, and who goes to prison, who gets locked up. Come on now, Alicia, talk the things.
Yeah, one of the things in America, they did a lot of use black Americans as guinea pigs, and hence the reason why a lot of African Americans do not, and even African Caribbeans and Africans don't trust the medical industry because always use as guinea pigs. Trials, etc., always use. There was in Kenya, I think Kenya, they stopped a birth control because with recently in the past few years, because they were given this birth control, a woman would found out that they couldn't conceive. They became sterile. I think it was either a birth control or something. I think it was, and they were giving it to them. The Americans were giving it to them. And then these women, after taking it, they couldn't conceive. So they were almost sterilizing the population.
Right. Just couldn't, because birth control. See, the best form of birth control, dare I say it on the radio? I mean, everybody knows. Pull the damn thing out. I mean, come on now. Come on. Nigel's hands up. Sorry.
And remember, not long ago, you remember there was the big airlift of the black Jews from Ethiopia to Israel. In the 1990s, the Falashas, they airlifted the Ethiopian Jews. And then there was the huge scandal, if you Google it, the Israeli state were sterilizing the Ethiopian women so they wouldn't intermarry with the white Israelis.
Right. So shocking. When you go to the doctor,
and that's not long ago. That is not long ago.
Right. So when you go to the doctor, and my mom, she wasn't a doctor person. She'd be sick in the house. She ain't go. When you go to the doctor, recognize they could be doing things to you that you're not familiar with, and or that they're not properly informing you about. So you're taking, it's a risk, isn't it? When you go to this service that's free, and expect them to heal you. I was on a job one time. The guy is a doctor doing some work in his house. He's a doctor, and he paid me a chunk of change, and he goes, bloody hell, is that what you get? And he said, what, do you know what I get paid? He says, I'm going to a job now. For him, it is a job. Remember, I'm gas engineer. I'm putting parts in boilers and all the rest of it. He's going to a job now. He says, guess I'm getting for taking out someone's liver. How much in your brain, you hear a doctor say that, how much do you think he's getting paid? He's going to take somebody's liver out and do a transplant or whatever. Type it in the chat, your wildest thought. What do you think a doctor gets paid for taking out a liver, for a liver transplant? I have to see an answer, otherwise I can't move on. The he's gone to the hospital, somebody's there on the table, they need surgery. It could be the liver, could be the heart, could be the kidney, could be the whatever, could be the tonsil. It's a part in the body, it needs replacing. What do you think? Well, Leisha doesn't value the. Oh, sorry, Leisha says 25,000. Claire says thousands. I mean, doctors rightfully should be rich. I mean, it just makes sense. They're going to work on your body, your prized possession that you've taken care of for all this time, and through no fault of your own, you've fallen ill. Well, Leisha, I don't know about millions, but fire and all 10,000. Do you know what I mean? The guy was getting like 120 pounds. My eyes just, you know, when your jaw hits of like, 100, he's going to take a liver out? Are you kidding me? That's all you're getting paid? And he has to do as many a week and all that. And I'm like, you know, if you could have, maybe I shouldn't say it on radio, but if that kind of person's working on me and him now I get paid, the insurance companies get paid more. The chemicals, the medicines, all the rest get paid. But the person actually doing the work, they don't get paid that much. You know, so it was shocking to hear. Well, £120 per hour, as is put in the chat there. If they work private, well, it takes less than an hour to take the kidney out. So maybe that's what he was talking about. It's going to be an hour's work. He's getting, you know, I don't know, but it was staggering. So yeah, you got to look after yourself first. I think health begins in the home. Watch what you eat. Get your regular exercise and do your research, because going to the doctor is not research. If you did your research, you could go to the doctor and teach him something. If you did, most people don't do it, they just go to the doctor. But absolutely do your research. Jeremy, your hands up, talk the things.
Start with the research part first. I once went to the GP, told him my symptoms, and he typed it in Google.
Your GP typed the symptoms.
You can't make this up. I went to see the GP, and the GP, typed my symptoms into Google.
You're kidding me. I mean, seriously?
Yeah? I just had to say. And then he prescribed me some stuff based on what Google said.
Oh, now.
When what you said, I could have came in there and told him exactly what I needed because I knew what I needed.
Right, and he would give you it. He would say, "Oh, is that what you need? Okay, here you are." He would give you and let you come out, because that's one patient quicker. He gets paid.
Yeah, but going backwards, I believe all the coughs and ailments and stuff that we have, especially back in the motherland, the cure is there, because I think any ailment that's on this planet, I think the cure is there, and it's in the greenery. It's in the goodness that's in the jungle or in the bush, or because I've heard it already. And my grandma, rest in peace, in her cellar, she used to have these bottles, and no matter what's wrong with you,
yes, you could go
clap a drop of that blood.
We've all got a story of that bad boy.
Yeah. It would be like, well, you know, like what the Americans say, Robitussin for everything.
Yeah.
This thing, when you go and pick up this bottle, you got to dust it off first.
There you go. It's been there for a while.
Yeah. And when you pop the cork, a little bit of smoke comes out, bruv.
There you go. Genuine. Lord
and
of mercy.
Bitter like hell, but if you got chest cold, neck back, foot,
the
only thing you can't fix is broke foot.
And you know what? We never forget the bitterness of it. Because all them men from
Bitters,
my mum as well. Bitter. Nigel.
Real bitter.
Go on, Nigel.
I'm going back to Africa, forgive me, but you know, you see, there's no money in it. But for example, even the Ituri people, you know, the white people call them the pygmies in the Congo tropical rainforest. They're literally their own pharmacologists through what is available in the jungle.
Yes.
But there's no money for big pharma. You see, they can't hire the researchers, the laboratories creating new chemicals, new pharmacologists.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. It's out there in nature.
Yeah, and they're looking after themselves. They're getting along just fine. They're living to ripe old ages. Kieran, you got your hand up, part of things. They're living to ripe old ages. Just amazing.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about you guys saying about how the cures are in nature, but you know the problem with that is it's the cure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
So once you've been cured, you don't need to go back again.
Yep.
Right.
Whereas and it's really cheap because it's it's God given. It's the sun is making it, right?
Right. Yep.
But they need you. They need you to get it from them and only them, and they need you to be indebted to them for your whole life and all that kind of stuff. And they need
Addicts.
to be
They
able to
create
roll it out
addicts.
throughout all the country and throughout all the continents and
Yeah.
Right.
whatnot. And so, yeah, they're just pushing drugs. That's all it is.
And claim they've got it.
Yeah.
They've got
Exactly.
it. This will do
Exactly.
this for you. This will do that for you. This will make you
Exactly.
amazing. God, Nigel, thought the thing.
They create addicts because how many of us would, if the doctor could, they put us on repeat prescriptions.
Right.
They
Yeah.
create addicts
Yeah.
because
yeah.
it makes money.
Yeah.
How
Whereas
many years
back
ago?
in the nature, they want the cure, as Kieran said. You know, they
Right.
do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pharma doesn't
And
want
the
a
other
cure.
problem is the patents as well. To own it is an
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah. Everything is patented. Belongs to one person. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Alicia,
a
your hand is up.
sorry.
No, carry on, carry on. We all chime in.
You're saying
Oh, sorry. Oh, gone. Sorry.
you can go next. Go on, Kieran. You were saying something.
I'm sorry. I just made me think. Although I don't use it, when I think of like marijuana, the amount of uses it has, for all different things.
Mm.
It can cure all sorts of chronic problems that people have, but then that means that they'll lose a lot of money in other things that they're trying to sell us. So that's one of the reasons why they don't allow it to be used. They make a lot of money from criminalize it rather than allowing it to be legal, if that makes sense.
Well, that does make sense. But now they've legalized it in certain parts, in certain ways, in certain limited amounts, and they are making clearly they're making their money. So however you slice it and dice it, unless they're making the money, then that you don't need to know about it.
Maybe they found a pattern and then they're going to say anything else is illegal.
Yeah, unless they'll find a way to make money from it first. Because obviously, when I was a youth growing up, you're smoking, they're going to arrest you, right? You're going to get beaten up with a whole 9 years. Now you can blow it in the policeman's face. He's not doing you nothing. Because it's become more acceptable, legal. Your doctor will ship it to your house. Come on now.
Mhm.
That's where the cannabis is. They will ship under prescription, be shipped in a bundle. Royal Mail, the King's Service will deliver that bad boy to your house. That's where we are with it now. When I was growing up, because they couldn't make money off it,
Correct.
it was illegal. It was illegal. I mean, CBD, THC, and we'll be explaining that in a moment. Leisha, your hands up, part things.
Yeah, medicine is a business. Healthcare is a business, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's going to be a lot more people who live longer and longer and longer.
No, the medicines aren't making you live longer. You need to check that one out.
No. We're living longer now because we don't have the diseases that we used to have. So we are living longer than we have done. The only thing is that we're getting sick. There's a lot more illnesses out there, more complicated illnesses than what there ever was before. Joseph?
Well, what they're saying now is that the life expectancy in the UK has dropped. So it's falling. The numbers are pretty good, according to AI, of course. 20 to 22, in the years 2020 to 2022, it was 78.6 for males and 82 for females. Women are living a little bit longer. But however, that is a decrease from 2017 to 2019. So the lifespan is being reduced.
No. Joseph, if you scroll down, if you go back on that page.
Yeah.
And if you scroll down, there was a graph there.
Was there?
Yes, there was. If you look, then there's a graph there.
Oh, that was compared with other places.
And no, but it showed the years.
Oh, hold on, wait, yeah. So here we are. From 1970.
So what was the life expectancy in 1970 or 1960? What was the life?
Yeah, it's going up. But it's like with everything, it reaches a point where they can't do much more for you. So hold on, where's this?
So, Joseph, what I'm trying to say
is Canada, United Kingdom, and United States. And it shows from 1960, where the average age was 70 plus, to now where it's 82.
So it's higher than what it's ever been. No,
Well, it has gone up according to the graph.
that's right. So it's gone up.
However, according to what I've been hearing, too many people dying at the age of 50 and 60. It doesn't match the graph. I don't know what's going on. And it's for not natural causes, it's for other causes. So I don't know how they're getting their numbers in that life expectancy chart. And then of course, if things are improving, right? Why do they want to knock people off with euthanasia? Because some of those people who are sick, they're living still, aren't they? So if you start knocking them off using this euthanasia, you're going to create a problem with that graph. I don't get it. Do they want people to live or do they want them to die? It's a quandary, isn't it? It throws you into confusion. They tell you one thing, and then on the other side of the something else is happening. You wonder, like, hang on, the two's not adding up. Is it just me or is it just me? Jemmy, your hands up, part the things.
Going back to the cannabis thing,
in
Europe,
that subject.
of course not. In Europe, they obviously they are pushing an agenda, and the agenda, as I put in the chat, is CBD weed versus THC weed. What the researchers say that people under 21 or 25 shouldn't smoke high THC weed because their brains are not developed enough to handle some of the effects of THC weed, because some of it can be very strong. And they are pushing CBD weed, which is basically a good draw of weed is equal THC and equal CBD in combination in the plant that you're smoking or that you're ingesting, whichever way you're doing it. Yeah. But with a lot of the new weed, they're grown so that they've got a higher value of THC as opposed to an equal balance.
What does that THC? Do you know what they stand for? CB whatever and TH. Do you know what they stand for? No. Okay, fine.
I do know what it stands for, but it's a long word. I can get it for you. Hang on. It's my phone. But nobody don't want to smoke CBD weed. CBD weed is absolute lot. If you're a smoker, you don't want CBD weed. You don't want it.
Right. It's weed stuff, is it?
Yeah, and the next biggest fact is, and we all know this on this platform, or most of us know this already, one of the biggest producers of medical cannabis in the world is our former Prime Minister's husband, Theresa May's husband.
Theresa May, what's his name? Jack or something, isn't it?
Can't remember what his name is. And on top of that, if you just go through your Facebook news feed, yeah, you will see there's a guy that they have on, yeah, and all these people are making the most expensive weed for this guy. He's a rapper. I can't remember what his name is, yeah. But I was watching it the other day, and they made some weed for this guy that is £1,000 an ounce.
Wow.
What's in it?
Just a hell load of THC. So this weed is like 70% THC.
There you are. Now wow. Hang on.
I told you it's a big word. I have to see it to say it.
And it's here in the chat. So CBD is cannabidiol. I don't know if I said it right. And THC stands for tetrahydrocannabinol.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that right, but it's something like
almost.
That. Look, the name says it all, right? Stay away from it. It was crazy. But so yeah, Theresa May, he's the main exporter. So they were making money off drugs because obviously he knows what to do. And funny, these people know how to do it legally. Well, they make the rules, don't they?
But look at the world. Look at the world stage. The world is now starting to open up, where places like Thailand, yeah, where you could get your favorite thing 1,000 lash for a draw. You can go there and buy weed and sit down and smoke now and relax.
Well, there you are. I mean, the world, because somebody's learned how to make money off it, and money.
There you go.
There you are.
There you go.
So it's
I think in the UK, the police, they don't know whether to stop you for weed or not to stop you for weed, because you can buy the legal weed, and as long as you've got your receipt, yeah, the police stop you. You can say this is CBD or it's CBD weed. It's legal. It's 100% legal. However, does the policeman on the street have enough knowledge to know whether this is CBD weed or if this is CBD weed. And when I'm saying if this, I'm using my left hand and my right hand for the people on the radio. But if left hand, is it CBD weed or is right hand THC weed? So they've caused an infliction in the law now. So the police don't really want to stop nobody for a spliff. Because what if they say, oh, I actually bought this 5 doors away from Liverpool Street Police Station in the CBD shop?
Well, you can do. Well, they're not going to know the difference. No, it's true. Absolutely true. I mean, times have changed. By the way, my connection just got lost for a second. I don't know if you lot noticed. Maybe you didn't. That's good.
No, still recording.
But but yeah, this so this legalization of it, obviously they'll legalize anything if it makes money for them. So we covered the fake news agenda. One thing we didn't cover is congratulations on the birthday shout outs.
And I do have some.
Go on then.
Quite a few, as a matter of fact.
This is the month. Oh, well, it's last day of February. So
basically, it was, as we know, Roberta Flack, condolences, aged 88.
okay.
Top recording artist of the 70s. Chris Jasper. Most people don't know the name Chris Jasper, but when you hear that he's one of the Isley brothers, most people will know who he is. Gwen McQuay, aged 81.
Right.
Also known as the Queen of Rare Groove. She passed this week.
Right.
Birthdays. We've got Corinne Bailey Ray, soul R&B singer, 46 on the 26th of February.
Right.
Also, Ainsley Harriott, celebrity chef, 67.
Ainsley, I love his cooking.
Scarlett Spencer, 18-year-old songstress, celebrity songstress. And also, it's a tricky one, Ja Rule. It's happy birthday to Ja Rule, but is his birthday today or is it tomorrow? Because he's actually born on the 29th of February. So he's a leap year baby.
Birthday this year. You don't have a birthday.
You know, he's most probably about 7 years old.
Yeah, that's right. He's a misfit, yeah.
But as we always say, this is about news, reviews. Go on, say it for me, Joseph, because only you said it.
News, views, and reviews.
From a black perspective. So on this day in 1859, Arkansas legislate required free blacks to choose between exile or enslavement. Also on this day, in 1932, Richard Spikes invented the automatic gear shift.
Yeah, we're going to talk a bit about that guy because Richard, I thought that was interesting because it wasn't just the gear shift thing, was it?
There's a few things he did.
Yeah.
But he actually, I think where I got my information from, he actually put it out there to the world on this day in 1932.
Oh, you got the pattern already. This is so interesting. Black inventors of the past. Richard B. Spike, an African-American inventor, the holder of a number of United States patents, most notably the automatic gear shift in cars. And look, there's so many other things that, look, black inventors also have patents for the directional signals, the indicator, the automobile safety braking system.
Handbrake.
Is that the handbrake or the ABS? Anyway, the spark plug, the vehicle dashboard, the first motor. Do you know the first motor literally revolutionized everything? Because everything from your car, you think all the big things, but ladies, you got the hairdryer in it. That's
the fridge.
A motor. The fridge, there's a motor in there. The back of the TV, your laptop's got a motor in it because otherwise it would overheat. Do you know what I mean? So a motor is in air, and that's what started the Industrial Revolution because everything got horse and cart got done away with because everything got motorized. So the boats, everything that the horse and cart was needed to pull along, like along the canals, you had the donkey pulling the right motorized boats. They're barge boats. They got a motor and don't need that no more. The fields, the tractor trailers, motors, isn't it? So the horse and plow and all the rest of it, the bull and all done. I mean, black man invented a motor, you know. Everything have a motor. Come on now.
Also,
what else? Go on.
February the 27th, 1988, figure skater Debbie Thomas became the first African American to win a medal in figure skating in the US Olympics. And also one that we missed, and a very important one, on the 11th of February, it would have been 35 years to the day that Nelson Mandela got released from prison.
Nice bit of research there. 35 years. Nelson Adiba. There you are. That was the name they used to call him, innit? Adiba or Modiba. Adiba, I think it was. Getting released from prison. I remember that day. I was alive.
Yep, I was
that
21.
Was a day.
Woo-hoo!
I mean, you could just feel it in the air of liberation. Everybody felt great the day that he got released from prison. It was an amazing day. So many years ago. Funny, the things we've seen, the Berlin, all these things that I've seen, and here we are, we're still fighting with foolishness. Ukraine has to happen, and so many, Israel has to happen. I mean, so unnecessary, but yet necessary for some individual that's got an ego that needs to be. Anyway, there you go. I was talking about that Israel thing whilst I was out in Madrid as well. It's just that Gaza thing. How dare you? Misha was mentioning Donald Trump and Elon Musk. You know, this idea they're going to make Gaza into a resort, and there they are. What was it? AI generated. They're laying down there on the Gaza Strip or whatever they call it, sipping their wine, their drink, and whatnot. I mean, how disgusting can you possibly get?
Joe,
I mean,
I'm gonna put it to you like this: if we could turn back the clock 100 years right now, yeah, and I said to you, guess what? We're gonna give Israel some land and give Israel a country. Yeah, you'd look at me and say, you bloody idiot, you fool. Have you got no sense? But what did they do? After World War II, they gave Israel, the Jews, a country, which wasn't there before. The state of Israel as a country only exists from 1948. So if they say they want to do that with Palestine, don't take it for no joke. They most probably will, because they made Israel. Israel wasn't there before.
Yeah, but no, they're not doing it for the Palestinians.
I know they're not doing it. They're kicking them out.
Yeah.
They're going to displace them. Or is it called ethnic cleansing? Which one is it?
It is all of the above. Nigel, you got your hand up. Last word before we go to break. Go on then. What happened? You have to unmute.
It's funny that exactly what he was talking about. So the genocide, whatever, the Holocaust, the Jews got this ridiculous, became a new colonizing state. Rwanda, after the genocide, remember, it was like Rwanda was on the ascendant until now. But think of the greatest genocide that happened to Africa, the slave trade.
Oh,
Blacks got nothing. Nothing.
Still nothing.
Nothing.
We're still fighting for it. We have to go to break. I'm being pressed. We'll come back to this subject after these words. By the way, hear the tune. Roberta Flack. Hey, tribute. We are getting tribute tonight. Pour yourself a drink. You deserve it.
Telling my whole life with his words killing me softly with his song.
We're listening to Roberta Flack now. You know that song, Killing Me Softly with His Love.
Don't sing, Nigel. We can hear you.